Hello and welcome everyone to the another tutorial of Blockzie module. Have you guys ever found yourself lost in the whimsical world of cartoons, animations, games during your childhood? Well, no wonder more. Join us on a mesmerizing journey through the fascinating world of Blockzy tutorial where you'll uncover these secrets behind the creation of this enchanting virtual universe. So from this tutorial onwards, we are going to make a deep dive into the world of block coding. So, in this second tutorial, we are going to see about different elements of Blockzy, what is Sprite and what is Stage. So, this is going to be the introduction to the interface of our Blockzy software. This is the table of contents. So, these are the six categories which we are going to cover in this particular tutorial. The first one is elements of Blockzy. Second one is how to change the language. Third one is different icons on the interface of Blockzy. Fourth one is details about Sprite. And fifth is on the details of stage. And in the last sixth part, we are going to discuss how to edit the costume of Sprite and the sound effect in Blockzy. So let us first start with different elements of Blockzy. So, the elements of Blockzy are mainly divided into three parts, which are stage area, block programming palette, and a coding area. So, this is how your Blockzy software's interface looks like. When after installing and completing the process, you will see that whenever you click on that Blockzy icon and open the app, you will see this as your home page or the interface. So as soon as you open your Blockzy software, this is the screen you are going to see on your screen. So in this screen, there are three main parts. The first one is block programming palette, the area where you see different kinds of blocks. So in the leftmost part of your screen, you can see the different colors, and this part is known as block programming palette. Means whichever blocks you are going to use in your coding is going to be selected from here. Then after, there is a blank space over here which is known as your script area, or you can say coding area as well. So in this area, what you will do is you will block code your program. So from here, block programming palette, you will drag and drop the blocks you are going to need to create any animation or story or to make any app or anything. Then after, you have this particular area which is known as stage area. So basically the stage area provides you with the result of your block coding or your programming. So whatever block coding you have given to this assigned sprite is going to see over here. So this is the area where you are going to see the result of your coding. Hence it is known as stage area. Now, below the stage area, you can see this particular section. So there are two different sections, and this particular first section is to manage your sprite. Means the every detail about your sprite. Let us first see that this is the area where you can find the name of your sprite. So the with whatever sprite you have selected, it is named over here. If you want to change the name of your sprite, you can do that as well. Just select over here and change the name. After that is X and Y. Now this X and Y suggest the uh, in this plane, the location of your sprite. For now, it is at x is equals to 0 and y is equals to 0. So on this plane, it is at the point of 0 0. As you move your sprite, you will see that the x and y's value will change accordingly. Hence, these are the, you can say, the value on the plane of your sprite. X suggests the horizontal value and Y is for vertical value. If you move your sprite in horizontal manner, X is going to change, and if your sprite is moving in a vertical direction, then your value of Y will change. Then after, you have these two buttons which has a kind of shape of eye, and there is another one which is eye and also the cancel mark onto it. Means if this is open, then you can see your sprite on screen or on stage area, and if this is selected, it will hide your sprite on screen. So this is to show and this is to hide your sprite. After that is the size icon. So the size of your sprite is appeared over here. For now, your sprite is at its standard size, which is 100. So 100 is a standard size of your sprite, and this is it. After that, there is a direction. So this is the direction in which your sprite is facing right now, and right now it is in the 90-degree of direction. This is the sprite which you have selected right now, and this is the icon using which you can change your sprite. Also, you can choose new sprite. After that, this is the area particularly for stage. Now here stage means your background. For instance, right now the background is plain white. If you want to change your background according to your project or coding or your game design or anything else, you are going to need to change the stage area, right? So this background can be changed from here. So in block programming palette, it has different coding blocks such as motion blocks, sound blocks, control blocks, etc. Now this block programming palette has different categories, and these are the different categories. First is motion, then looks, sound, events, control, sensing, operators, variables, and my blocks. The stage area features the results and all sprite thumbnails being listed in the bottom area. The stage uses X and Y coordinates with 00 being the stage center. At bottom side of stage area, there are two buttons where we can choose sprite and choose background. Then after, there is a script area or coding area. This area is place where we drag and drop blocks and perform programming. So this was all about the three main parts of your Blockzie interface, which is block programming palette, stage area, and coding area. Now our Blockzie software has different language option also. You can code in your suitable language also. So this particular icon is used to change the language. Using this icon, just click onto this down arrow key and you will see the languages available at the point of time. So the different number of language changes with the software you are using. So if you are using right now this software, it will have this two language option only. So just click onto it and select the language you are comfortable with. So this is how you can change the language for coding. So this is the third part in which you are going to see the different icons on the interface of Blockzie. So whenever you open your Blockzie software, the interface will have many icons. So let us just to get familiar with each icon. This icon is at the leftmost corner of your screen of Blockzie. So this is particularly used to add extensions. If you are using a different kind of project and you want to add something new other than the available blocks, you can just use this to add different blocks. Then just we have as discussed that this is used to choose a sprite, means if you want to create something different project and you need another sprite, you just click onto it and you will have list. Then after, this is used to choose a backdrop. If you want to change the backdrop or background, you can just click onto it and go through the search area. Now after clicking onto this and this also, you have this three particular sections also. If you want to upload sprite or background of your choice, then you can also do that using this icon. Clicking onto it, you can upload your preferable sprite and backdrop. This particular icon is used to surprise you, means after clicking onto it, you will see that any random sprite or any backdrop will appear on the stage area. After that, there is an also one option which is used to paint or to draw. If you want to draw or you want to create your imaginary sprite, you can also do that using this icon. After that, there is an icon which is used to capture the code of script area. If you want to capture the code you have just done in your script or coding area, just click onto it and you can capture that. After that, there is there is an icon for file menu. So this file menu is used to save or load your different programs. So it has another three different categories, which is to open new project, second one is to save the coding you have done, and the third one is if you want to load any new code from your computer also. Then after, there is zoom in and zoom out option. These three particular icons are in the coding area. If you want to zoom in your code, zoom out your code, or just go to the default viewing section. So these three are on coding area. After seeing the different icons on Blockzie software and its menu, its interface, and different types of it interface, now let us see what is Sprite. So the fourth part is Sprite. So first of all, the very question is what is sprite? So sprites are images kids can create and program in the Blockzy interface. It can either be static image or an animated graphics. So in the Blockzy, there are two kinds of sprite, or you can say the sprites can be divided into two types. The first type is static image and the another one is animated graphic. So, such sprites can take the form of shapes and characters, animals, and more. So, these are the sprite which has an image. It can be a shape or a character or kind of animal or flower or bird, anything. So sprites are often used to add buttons, symbols, and other user interface elements to software program. Developers can attach actions to sprites within the user interface. So what is done is, in this sprite you can, in this sprite area you can create, you can select your sprite, and after a particular sprite selection, you go to the coding area, right? And you give some specific actions or task to that sprite, and according to your coding it will behave, it will move or dance or jump or anything like that. This is about how one can create a new sprite. So in this particular area we have defined four different categories. If you want to choose a sprite or add a new sprite to your project, you are creating a project in which you require more than one sprite. Then you will have to add new sprite. So this is the button using which you can add a new sprite. As we discussed earlier, this icon is used to change a sprite or add a sprite. So this is the icon from where you can choose a sprite from the available sprite in the Blockzy, right? After that, you can see this search area. Also, the search area is used to see the numerous amount of sprites available on the Blockzie software. So using this search bar tool, you can search the kind of sprite you want in your project. After that, there is some exciting button over here. So this is the icon which will be used whenever you want to create your own imaginary sprite. So what if you want to create a sprite of your imagination? So yes, you can do that using this particular button. Clicking onto it, you can create a different shape and size and anything for your sprite. After that, there is this button. We have already discussed this button in the third part of this tutorial. So this is the button which is used to surprise. Means if you want to have any random sprite available from existing Blockzie sprites, you can just click onto it and you will be surprised that you will have any random sprite onto your screen. After that, this is the upload button. In your project, if you want to add a sprite of your choice or a sprite which is already there in your computer, so using this upload button, you can upload a sprite in Blockzie from your laptop or your computer. So this is the button which is used to upload your particular sprite. So to add new sprites from available sprites, click on choose sprite. Then to make your imaginary sprite, click on paint. And also in addition, you can change the name of existing sprite and you can replace it with the suitable of to your project. So these are the two different categories of sprite. First one is animated sprite and the another one is static sprite. So in animated sprite, what happens is in animated sprites and Blockzie are sprites that change appearance over time to create the illusion of motion or action. So in this particular category, you will see that this particular sprite will have number of different costumes, or you can say number of different appearances, which in turn will give you a motion or action type illusion. These animated sprites have multiple costumes and frames. Each costume represent a different pose or frame of the animation. So these are some examples of already available animated sprites in Blockzie. After that, we have static sprite. So this is the type of sprite in Blockzie that do not change appearance during a project. Means these are the sprite which doesn't have any visuals or appearance or costumes to change over a period of time. So these are something which will be the same throughout your project. So they maintain a fixed visual state through the project. Static sprites typically have a single costume which represents the only appearance. Means they cannot change their appearance in project any point of time. So these are some examples of the static sprites available in Blockzie. Next is stage. After seeing the details of sprite, let us discuss about the details of stage. So first is what is stage, or how can you change the stage or background. The stage is basically the background of your project. Like sprites, the stage can have different costumes that can change as the story plays out. Means stage is nothing but the background to your sprite or your project, the thing you can see onto your background wall, or you can just say consider it as a wallpaper. So this is a background which will give additional enhances, which gives additional which gives a good look to your project. The stage window is the main area where the location of your program takes place. So as we discussed earlier in the second part of this tutorial that the stage window or stage area is the main area where you are going to see the output of your coding. If you were to program a game or animated story, the stage window is where the action would take place when you start the program. As soon as you complete your coding and start running your program, you will see the output of your coding in the stage window or stage area. So these are some examples of stage or background or backdrop available in Blockzie. Now we will see that how you can add new backdrop or you can change a backdrop. So such similar to the Sprite, it also has different categories. First one is to choose a backdrop from existing or available backdrops in Blockzy. If you want to add a background which is already available in Blockzy, you need to just click onto this or just click over here and you will see a number of different backgrounds available in Blockzy software and you can choose one of your requirement. After that there is an option of paint. So using this particular button you can draw any kind of imaginary background suitable to your project. After that, similar to Sprite, it also has a surprise backdrop option also. When you will click here, it will give you a backdrop of a random kind. And if you want to upload a particular background to your project, you can also do that using this upload button. So just click onto that and you will be guided to add your already available backdrop from your computer or laptop. So these are the four different icons which you can use. This is used to add a new backdrop. This is to search a backdrop. If you want to paint a backdrop of your choice. If you want any random type of backdrop, then just click onto it. And if you want to upload from your laptop or your system or your computer, just click onto it. So this is all about stage and introduction to Sprite. Now we will move forward and see how one can edit the costume of Sprite and the sound effect in Blockzy. So first let us see the costume editor window. So first word in this costume editor window is costume. So first we will see what is costume. A costume is one of possibly many frames or alternate appearance of a sprite. As we discussed earlier that animated graphics or animated sprite has number of different appearances or costumes. So a costume is one of many frames which is already there or predefined. Sprites can change their look to any of its costumes. They can be named, edited, created, deleted, but every sprite must have at least one costume. So, this is necessary that every sprite you are selecting should have minimum or at least one costume in order to code that particular sprite and automate that sprite. So you really need to have one costume minimum for each and every sprite. You can also change the name of your sprite. You can add its color or its size or the shape of your existing sprite and also create a new sprite and delete the existing sprite using this custom costume editing window. One of the most common uses of costumes is to make an animation for a game or animations or other project, right? So the this kind of different costumes are there to create a game or story or any different kind of project. The costumes tab to see the costumes of a sprite. So there is also a costume tab which is used to see the available costume of a selected sprite. This will display a list of costumes in Sprite as well as open the paint editor. So you can using this costume tab you can see the different costume available and also you can be just start your painting in this tab. There are two different costume types. The first one is bitmap and the another one is vector. So what is bitmap and what is vector? So bitmap is something which uses pixels to create an image. Image means here your sprite. So to create your sprite's image, it uses pixel. Hence it is named as bitmap. Whereas in vector, it uses 2 points to create a line and a particular sprite. So it uses 2 points to create a line, whereas it in bitmap it uses pixels. So there are 10 tools you can use to edit a costumes in bitmap position, whereas there are 4 tools you can use to edit costumes in vector. So there are two different types of costume. First is bitmap and the another one is vector. So as you can see in this particular image, these are the two costumes of this default sprite. See, this is the sprite, this is the stage area, this is now the costume tab is clicked, and hence it is giving you the two available different costumes. This is the costume 1 and this is the costume 2 of this particular sprite, and this is the area where from where you can edit your sprite. You can change its color, its size, and different things like that. So this is the costume editor window using which you can give more clarity to your sprite. The sprite you have selected has predefined costumes, and using the different tools available over here, you can change its look, color and shape. Now the next one is sound editor window. Such such as you have a costume editor window in which you edit the costume of a particular sprite. As well, you have sound editor window in which you can edit the sound which is available for a particular sprite. So all sounds played in project are divided into two types. First one is sounds and the another one is notes. So what is sound? So sounds are the items that are available only by importing or recording. If you want recorded sound or imported sound, you can use that sound. This can be obtained in the sound tab, in which one can import, record, play and edit the sounds. The sound editor in Blockzie allows a user to edit and remix the sound available. So this is the sound editor window. This is how your sound editor window looks like, and using this window you can add, remix, edit the sound which you are going to use in your project. So the first tab, second tab, these are the different icons using which you can edit your sound of a project. Then after we have another kind of buttons. Let us see the usage of which. This button or specific tab is used when you want to switch to coding area or go to coding section. This costume tab is pressed when you want to see the costumes of the sprite or you want to go to the costume editor window. Then you can click onto it. If you want to go to sound editor window, just click onto it. And if you want to get the full screen view of your result, or you can say the script, the stage area, just click onto it and you will see the full screen view of your stage area. And after editing the stage, sprite and sound, you are going to add your code, and after coding the sprite and the stage, you will have to control your code. Means you have to run and stop to see the result. So this green flag is used to run your code, and this red button is used when you want to stop your code. So these two buttons are, you can consider them as controlling buttons. So these buttons can be configured to control the beginning and the end of program. If you want to start see the result, you can just click onto it. If you want to stop, click onto it. So let us now see this with blog. Now let us see the different icons available on Blockzie interface. We will first start with this language change icon. This language change icon is used when you want to change the language. Right now there are two different languages available, but now I'm going on with English. So if you want to change the language, you can just click onto it and select the language you are comfortable with. Then after we have these two different icons which are used when you want to add some microcontrollers or sensors in your project. Then you can just click onto it and you will have a list of different microcontrollers and different hardware parts. So if your project has any kind of microcontroller or hardware or sensor part, you can add the different kinds of these boards just by clicking over here. And once you select the board, it will be changed from unconnected to connected. After that you have this particular area. So this particular area is there to give your project a specific name. If you want to give your project a new name, then you can just click onto it and type the name of your project. I'm just writing XYZ right now. This is how you can change the name of your project. After that we have icon named file. Under this file icon we have three different categories. The first one is new. If you want to change a project or go to the new project, then you have to click on this button and you will have a new project. After that, this is used when you want to load already coded or already block coding available from your system. Means if you have already a block code available in your system, you can load that block code from this button. After that, this is the button to save your block code. Means after seeing the changes, after correcting your sprite, stage, block code and everything, you can just save your project by clicking onto this. So this is the camera option which is used when you want to capture the code or block code on your script area. So whatever is there in your script area will be captured as soon as you click on this button. This button is used to see the tutorials which are already available. These are the different categories: animation, art, music, games, and stories. After that, we have these three different tabs. First is code, means when you want to code your sprite and stage, you will just click onto it. After that, we have costumes. If you want to see the costumes, then you can click onto it. If you want to see sound, you can just click onto it. After that, we have these two buttons. This particular button is These two particular buttons are known as controllers. Means if you want to start running your code and see the output, you can just click onto it. And if you want to stop this output, then you can just click onto it. After that, this is the button where you can see the full screen of your stage window or stage area. In the leftmost bottom, you have add extension tab or icon which is used when you want some other kind of blocks or the blocks other than these blocks. So when you want to experiment a little new and add something new to your project, you can just click on to this add extensions and there will be 10 different types of extensions available in your project. As per requirement, you can add any extension. After that, we have this zoom in and zoom out option. So this zoom in, zoom out and equal to represents for only this stage, this script area. Means if you have a code and you want to just magnify it or zoom it, you just click onto it and it will be zoomed for a better view. If you want to reduce the size of your blocks, you can click onto this zoom out button and the size of the blocks will be decreased. And if you want to go to the default view, then you will just have to click on this equal to. After that, we have this particular section which is for which is dedicated for stage, sprite, and this particular section is dedicated to stage. Means any details about sprite you can check, edit or see here, and any detail of stage you can see here. So in the stage there is also an icon, and in this right part there is also one icon. So let us now see these two icons. So this first icon is used where you want to create or change your sprite. Means if in your project if you want sprite more than this, then you can just click onto it and you will have the number of sprites available in Blockzie. There are different categories of each also. As you can see over here, we have different categories as animal, people, fantasy, dance, music related, sports related, different kinds of food, fashion related, and letters. So these are the different categories of sprites available in the Blockzie. Now, as we discussed earlier, this sprite are divided into two types. First is static and the another one is animated. So the static sprites and animation sprites. Let us see its difference. So this is the static sprite. As soon as I am clicking onto it, you can see it is added over here. So you can change its position by just drag and drop. So this is the static type of sprite. As you already know that you want to see the costumes of a selected sprite, you just need to click onto this costumes and you will be able to see the different types of costume available already. So, as this is the static sprite, it has only one appearance or costume. It has no another costume, means throughout the project, it will not change its appearance. It can change its size and color only, but the overall appearance will not be changed. It has only one costume, and hence it is named as static. And the another one is animated. Means this particular sprite is, you can classify it into the animated sprite also. So as you can see over here, this particular sprite has two different costumes. Means this is categorized under the animation or animated sprite. Means it has two different costumes or appearance. Using block coding, you can give this project or you can give this sprite an illusion or feeling of flying. So this kind of animated sprites are used when you want to create some illusion of motion or action. So this is also a search button from where you can search a particular sprite. After that, we have an option for you to paint your imaginary sprite. What if you want to paint your own sprite? Then yes, there is an also option for you to paint your sprite as per your choice. So this is the place where you can paint, and these are the tools using which you can paint your sprite. After that, we have a surprise icon, which means when you click onto this, you will have any random sprite. See, here it is. So this is known as surprise, means any random sprite will be added to your stage and also to this sprite section. After that, it is the option for you to upload a sprite from your system or your computer or your laptop. Means in a project, if you want a specific sprite of your choice, then you can upload it from your system. So this was about how to change a sprite or how to see its costumes and static and animated sprites. Now, this box is particularly for the detailed information of your sprite, means the name of your sprite. Now I have right now I have selected this sprite, hence it is giving me all the details about this sprite. As soon as I click onto this, it will give you the details of this sprite. If I'm clicking onto it, it will give me the details of this sprite, and as soon as I click onto this, it will give me the complete detail about the sprite. So let us see the details. Details means the name, its position, its appearance, its size, and the direction of your sprite. Means if you want to change the name of your sprite, you can change it from here. Then this x and y. This x and y positions are denoting its position on xy plane. Means right now your sprite is at the center of xy plane as it is 0 0. After that, you have an option to show your sprite or hide your sprite. If you click on this button, it will hide your sprite. If you want to show it, click onto it. After that, you have option of sprites size reduction or incrementation. Right now it is in the standard size, which is 100. If you want to increase its size, you can increase it by entering a number. If you want to decrease it, just enter a number and it will be decreased. After that, you have direction, means in which direction your sprite is facing. You can change the direction also from here, and from here also. You can write any number. And if you want to delete a sprite, just select the sprite and click onto this. This is how you can delete a sprite. Now let's move on to stage. As soon as I click over here, you can see that this part changes. If you click on sprite, it will give you the costumes of sprite, and if you click on stage, it will give the different backdrops. Right now we have only one default backdrop, but what if you want to add other backdrops? So yes, there are options available for you to add new stage or new background. If you want to add a background from available or existing backgrounds in Blockzie, just need to click onto it and you will be able to see the list of different types of backdrops available in the Blockzie software. It has also the different categories. This is the fantasy type. This is for music, sports, outdoor, indoors, space, underwater, and patterns. If you want to add, you can just add it and you will see that total number of backdrops right now is 2. First one is the default and another one which I have just selected. So you have total 2 backdrops. One is this. Now you can check the backdrops. So this is the first default backdrop and this one is blue sky. After that, you also have option to paint your imaginary stage or background. If you want to surprise yourself and add any random backdrop to your project, you can just click onto it and you will have any random background. If you want to add a backdrop or background of your choice, you can just click onto it and upload it from your system. Just clicking onto it. So these are the three different backdrops we have. Now just go to code in Sprite. So this is how you can change Sprite and add and add it to your Sprite and stage.